Yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to today's trading session. A lot happened today, but at the same time, nothing happened today. I'm gonna erase this chart. Okay, let's kind of start from the beginning here. We are bearish on the market, but we were bullish on the market, but we are very bearish today. But we didn't change the direction in our trend. So looking for longs was quite edging, if you will. A lot of potential things happened, but nothing actually happened. And a setup actually did form in which it was a good entry, or not a good entry, but everything checked off of the list. But because of the extreme bearish flow, I was able to avoid a loss today by just looking for a bit of extra confirmation, which I normally wouldn't do, but just considering today's market condition, it was the right thing to do. Now, the only issue I have with that is it's a bit outside of my trading plan. Like, I normally don't do it. So is it like, am I only doing that because I'm not confident? In reality, I feel like I should have just taken the trade and taken the L. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if as my experience gets more veteran, maybe that's just what it is. Hopefully that's what it is. Anyways, so still very much bullish. So again, guided flow here. Identify bias on 4-hour time frame. Still very much bullish. We are bullish, right? So I'm going to jump down to my higher time frame confluences. We do have this. Where were we? We were around in this candle here. We do have an internal break here as well. So originally this was going to be my 4-hour order block. We did end up breaking through of it. We have 4-hour liquidity here. And we have actually for now I'll just leave it like that. So for now, 4-hour order block, 4-hour liquidity grab, internal break of order block. Jump down to the 5-minute. Yeah. Ooh. Just want to check something. Even if this order block we didn't want to use anymore, this is still a valid order block. So I drew this one up as well. 4 hours. And then from there, I just kind of started looking for my entry, right? Now, initially, so let's jump down to the lower time frame. We identify the structures. It was actually fractals from pre-New York. It wasn't new fractals quite yet. Bullish. Why is that blue? So as you can see, 5 a.m. is the last we go back. So this is actually our break in our favor here. We have one break, so now we can jump down to fractals and rules. Higher low liquidity grabbed. Clone that. More higher low liquidity grabbed, and the swing liquidity was grabbed as well. Higher low swing liquidity. Now the only thing about this in general that wasn't great was that it was before 6:30 a.m. so in reality this was not as probable. And then as you can see, we only have one break to the downside because it wick transfers from here, and then and then this is our first break here, and then from here we wick transferred. So we only have one break to the downside, so I can still look for PA levels. Now we have this one, this one, this one. In reality, it was going to be this one because this candle here grabbed more liquidity here. As long as it didn't close below it, that would have been a valid liquidity grab. So I was waiting for this candle here to kind of pop up and breach that PA level, right? So now we can actually check off liquidity after 6:30 as well. But as you can see, it did not happen, and we actually ended up closing below this low. So now at this point we have 2 breaks, right? We have break number 1 and then break number 2. So that's now invalidated. So what we did is we went ahead and pretty much just looked for a brand new setup. I'm just gonna erase all of this. And I'm gonna restart my flowchart. Still very much bullish, so I can leave that. I'm gonna open up higher time frame or lower time frame. Now at this point, I'm pretty sure I erased this and this. Where were we? We're right here. So this was our new break in our favor since we had to wait for fresh fractals. Break, higher low and swing liquidity grabbed. Just like that. And then our PA level sitting down here. So the entry could have been right here. Now as you can see, this did get mopped immediately because of all the bearish pressure. I do want to check. Okay, so I ended up using, just to make my chart a bit more clean, liquidity grab from the 4 hour here. I'm going to get rid of this order block. I'm just going to use this one. There's so many order blocks that you can use. I can use this one. I could use, I did draw all of these out as well. Here's another one. But overall, we are pretty much just tapped into this one, this giant order block here. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, so if that's going to be the cleanest one, so I can get rid of this and this. Oh shit. Let me draw that again. Order block. Order block. Okay, perfect. So now how did I avoid this loss? So one thing that's, so EMA entry is definitely not valid. EMA is just so bearish. 1 minute EMA was not there. So the only thing that so hold on, let me go back to this. Identify structure, new fractals were bullish. Go down here, it was 1 break in our favor, higher low, swing after. Yeah, that was our checklist. So again, because we were so bearish, my idea was that we're gonna do a 5-minute candle close confirmation, but we're gonna do like a retest of this level. Now I was looking at the 1 minute, and as you can see, because the markets are fractal, everything is happening on different time frames, right? Like the same thing is happening over and over. So here we have our entry model again, right? We have break in our favor, liquidity grab, and we have all of this low resistance liquidity here. So let me just check the time. This candle ended at 8:15. Yeah, so from here I wanted to see a retest into my PA level, but because of all this liquidity, I actually wanted to see price, let me just get rid of this. I wanted to see price sweep out this low and then have like a nice bullish engulfing candle. Honestly, I would have been down to wait for like a PA level. So basically I would be treating the 1 minute as if I was treating it as the 5 minute. And as this candle came, I was like, okay, I'd like to see the swing liquidity grabbed in a PA level now. But after this candle close, that just basically meant that we invalidated the setup again, because we have 1 break, 2 break. So now at this point, invalidation as well. So that was pretty much it. Again, if I continued forward, we still have 4 hour liquidity grab here. That's fine. And I was waiting for a break in my favor here. It wick transferred, so now the break in my favor is up here. Or I could do this one as well. So this is our break. This would be the swing low, liquidity, and this would be our higher low liquidity. So there's still 15 minutes left in this session. I actually cut myself out around 9:30 because I was like, I don't think there's going to be a setup. And even if in this last 15 minutes, if we miraculously sweep liquidity, form a PA level, and take it, that has to happen within the next 16 minutes. So yeah, no trades today. Again, luckily this setup here, like technically I could have gotten in on the retest here. I was gonna do 50 ticks and I would have been mopped immediately. I don't know what really caused me to, because I normally don't look at the 1 minute like that at all, like to get a confirmation entry, because this is all the confirmation I need, right? This is a valid setup right here. The idea about trading is that, you know, it's a game of probabilities, right? It's you using your edge, which has a statistically, it has an advantage, and over a period of time, mathematically, you become profitable. So this would have been, you know, just a part of the strategy, a part of the edge, in which case you simply lose. Again, though, I think my market experience just kind of told me, hey, we are so bearish that like I do want to look for confirmation a bit further. Now, if the 1 minute didn't show me this entry model, I probably would have taken that trade and lost. But luckily, you know, my eyes are kind of in tune, so I can clearly see my entry model here. Break, liquidity, just need a PA level, right? So that didn't happen, and so that allowed me to save myself from a loss. That's pretty much it. We are very, very bearish in terms of like pumping market. Oh yeah, another thing was the chat had we were at one point we were deciding if we were bearish or bullish. I still believe we are bullish, just because yes, we do have break, second break here, so yes, you could say we're bearish, but really we're not if we follow the rules, because I'll show you here. We have break 1, break 2, we have one break to the downside here, which means it's a liquidity grab. Oh, let's make that 4 hour. We have an internal break back to the upside, which means we're back bullish. So this break to the downside here just means that we're a liquidity grab again. So yeah, so tomorrow we'll hopefully be able to catch something. We haven't traded all week. Overall, I'm hoping that we can reach this daily order block, which I think we should be able to achieve by tomorrow New York session. We are, let's say we're not, and we're kind of in the same area here. We're still kind of just working off of this 4 hour liquidity grab. This order block here is still very much valid. You can even do this one if you wanted to. And then I would probably just wait for 1 hour to show me like an internal break to the upside, or the 15-minute to show me an internal break to the upside, and start looking for my entries from there. That's my plan tomorrow if we're still in the same area. Again, we're not bearish until price creates a lower high on the 4 hour and then a lower low. So that's what I'll be keeping my eye out tomorrow. Again, this flow chart is pretty helpful to me, so I'll be using that frequently. Just gonna get rid of, I need to code like a reset button. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.